Welcome, Collective. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a shared reading for all of you. This is timeless. It is focusing on the new moon in Libra, which is upcoming in a few days, and the energy that I've been meditating on regarding the way that I have been working with my dreams to imagine what it is that I would like. Not just the big goals, not just the end game, but the way in which I would like my routine to be, the smallest details of my life, and how it will make me feel. So this is a focus in particular on how I want to feel. And this is interacting with a renewal of the new moon. And any sign is about a new start, a new beginning, a refresher. And the energy of this new moon in Libra feels particular around a fresh perspective on our relationships, on how we share love, on how we negotiate all the exchanges of energy in our lives, and how, as a result of work that we've done, we are open to choosing love, even if it appears for many of us based on difficult experiences, we've decided at some unconscious level that we're no longer available to love. We don't have space for it. We don't have room for it. And yet, many of us may find as we're coming out of such a time of self-protection, necessary retreat, and looking within, that we are actually seeking peace and balance within and without through all of our relationships. So when I say choosing love, we often think of that in a romantic context, right? A lover, a spouse, a lifelong partner, or a deeper companion. And this is really about choosing the love that we already have and how we are seeing the love we have in our lives with new eyes, how we're opening up to new perspectives, new information, new noticings about those that we interact with regularly or have in the past, and how, because of our refreshed perspective on our own lives, we bring a new set of eyes to those relationships. So in thinking about that, I have meditated. I've laid out some oracle cards already. But when I was looking at the clarification deck of tarot cards, I shuffled them and pulled out the Magician card. And this is putting an emphasis on communication. So we don't often think about dreams as communication, daydreams, night dreams. In this particular moment, this dream, directing my dreams, is a way of communicating to my higher self. It's a step out of my day-to-day reality and an opportunity to imagine, to connect with my higher self. And the Magician is a beautiful card for just that. Not only is it a beautiful pink, the color of love, although the planet associated with this card is Mercury, it is a transition, a message giver, a vehicle between energies of transformation, of transition, of shifting. And in this regard, it is also highlighting the planet of Venus, which is the ruler of Libra, the card of balance, of exchange, of twins. And I am burning a 2-flame candle to emphasize the synergy and the balance between two energies that Libra often represents. So this is talking about attending to the details, where I began with the big dreams, the big goals, the big expression that represents what it is you're standing for, what it is you're working towards, speaking from a clearer consciousness, a clearer awareness, an illuminated self. This is also about that exchange. And the details, the small things that comprise our routines. If we're dreaming about a routine, then that is about all the small steps we take day in and day out to achieve what we want to achieve in the grander scheme of things. Next, I pulled an oracle card from the Seed and Sickle, the Hawthorn. Number 27 reduces to number 29. And I want to read what this describes. A lonely hawthorn stands on a hill, a gate to the other world hidden beneath its roots. Its vigil is a silent one, but there's a peace to be found in the knowledge that it guards something so valuable. Taking time to sit quietly or indulge in meditation is not a sign of laziness. Your value still remains when you're not being productive. So don't be so hard on yourself for taking a step back. Even if others don't see it, you know your own worth. And this again is emphasizing the idea of worth or value. That is something that is known within, that is discovered, that is developed within, and something that must be communicated, must be shared, and that you're in a moment of balancing that inner sense of worth, growth, truth, justice in preparation for sharing it with others, for recalibrating your heart through your communications with others, through your exchanges where you say what needs to be said. You don't hold back. You also are not moving from a place of competition or ego. This is you moving from a place of understand or recognizing the higher value in your relationships, what you bring and what others bring to you, what the two of you, what the two entities, because the other can be a group, it can also be a passion and an adventure, an event, an opportunity, how these two things work together. So these energies that you are engaging are about working towards something greater than yourself. And this again takes us back to the details, the small ways, the gentleness with which you communicate your desires, or the harshness. The second oracle card I pulled from the Seed and Sickle that actually just fell out, I didn't pull this one out, was the Lily of the Valley. Number 2 references, of course, the High Priestess and that inner knowing, that wisdom that we've accumulated over a life or many lives, depending on who you are and where you are on your journey. The Lily of the Valley reads, Lily of the Valley blooms at the same time that the nightingale returns from its yearly migration. Legend claims that this is because the lily fell in love with the nightingale's beautiful song, but with the lily too shy to confess its feelings, the nightingale is none the wiser and leaves each year for warmer climes. Don't let your reservations hold you back, or you might find that an opportunity is gone before you have the chance to take it. There is courage in being bold, and others will only know what you want once you find the strength to say it. I feel that the message couldn't be clearer here between this energy of your heart, the expression of your heart, your emotions, and your feelings, and how you share those with others, how they're reflected in your life, and how we acknowledge and value the worth of those exchanges, of those relationships. I also pulled from the glyph deck the Talisman Oracle, healing energy. And this, again, feels as though it is a summary, a collapse of these various energies. Healing comes about through our interaction with our past, with our desires, in our relationships as we grow and evolve, and as we observe and make room for others to do the same. When we hold others to an image or a model of something that does no longer represents their potential, we are blocking their growth, at least insofar as we are concerned. And if we're truly holding up, uplifting the love, the attention, the care, the nurturance in our lives, the support, then we are reciprocating that in all of our exchanges. Finally, I pulled a card between these two oracles, this energy of relationship, balance, love, choosing love, claiming love. And I pulled the Ace of Cups. This is lovely. So it takes us really squarely back to the peace from the source, the serenity of the love we already have, and how we're honoring that, how we're seeing that in new, expanded ways. I also pulled a couple of oracle cards to flank this idea of the healing energy. This is the motion, this is the development, the evolution, the enlightenment, the shadow work that we do in looking at what's difficult in our lives. Not all feelings, of course, are uplifting, positive, sparkling. Many of the feelings that we've had to confront in order to get to the sense of abundance within us has been difficult, has been hard. So this means there's been a lot of effort, a lot of courage needed to look at the things that haven't been pleasant, that have caused you to feel guilty, ashamed, competitive, triggered, angry. These emotions in and of themselves are not bad. It simply has motivated us to understand where those feelings come from in our personal experience. And I pulled the Queen of Cups, which is really the embodiment of this healing process. The Queen, this divine feminine energy, regardless of your gender, is energy that we all hold. And I think during these very twisted times, I won't call them dark because that's the way we are inclined to believe they're dark, so that we will reach out for the false protections that authorities offer us. But in these deep times, in these times of tremendous suffering, we have learned to find the strength, the healing, the succor in our emotional experiences that recognize that we are indeed worthy as we are of the love, the goals, the happiness, the abundance that we desire. And as we nurture and accept that about ourselves, we find our worlds transformed. We certainly find our bodies, our health, our loved ones transformed through our ability to accept the beautiful gift that we are. And The Star card, wow, these are really so incredibly beautiful because now we're looking at what it is we're dreaming for, what our North Star is, what it is we quest after, the truth, the justice, the harmony, the better world, the more beautiful world that we seek, and that we are now better empowered through the results of our deeper desire to magnify, amplify the love that we have, the talents we have, the gifts we have, as we accept those and understand that our pursuit of our dreams are the making of us. Of course, the saying, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, is true at every level. If you're not searching, choosing, claiming love, are you really living? And whatever that love comes in whatever form it comes to you, it is absolutely essential for those of you that I'm reading for to pursue that dream, that vision. That vision can transform the world. This is not to be confused by a one sole purpose. There is not one sole purpose we're here for, depending on who we are and how much work we've done towards this vision. We may have spent many lives on a fairly defined vision. We may have entered this life on several missions. Whatever that is for you, that is to be determined by you and to be exercised. Reaching for the stars, that's what gives us hope, particularly in these dark times that we are in. I said I wasn't going to say dark times, but there it is. The Star card is acknowledging that things can seem pretty bleak and hopeless. Many of our neighbors, friends, and we ourselves may be suffering as a result of unreasonable, violent dictates and actions. Social violence is real. And the ability to know that there is something better, there's a better way, there is an abundant world that can supply for everyone is part of our mission. I was going to clarify with more cards, but I really am feeling like I've done as much as I can do today, and I'm going to take one card, two cards. Beautiful. So here, the Star card has jumped out for us. Now, many of you know how obsessively neat I am with a Virgo midheaven. And this is a confirmation and the Six of Cups. This is beautiful. It feels to me as though, and necessarily so, we are returning to a passion, a gift, a talent with new eyes, with new experience, new skills, a new commitment to not only exercise those talents, those abilities, but to enjoy them, to recognize that they're here to give us joy and to share that joy in whatever way you are determined to express yourself. So this is about recapturing that innocence in many ways. A little bit of Virgo energy is coming out here as we move towards the accomplishment of a big dream, a dream that we're now moving much more joyfully towards, with incremental care and attention to the ways that we communicate and express our desires at every step of the way. Again, it feels as though it is the small things. It is the experience of our youth, where we were free, where we were joyous, where we experience this beautiful balance of our effort and the joy and appreciation, the efforts of others. This balance, this equilibrium gives us the peace and hope that is required to survive in our world, to survive and thrive during difficult times. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you've enjoyed this message, please check out other content. Thank you for your likes, for your subscribes, and all the ways that you support my channel. Until next time, namaste.